Hello again. I want to give a shout out to all you beautiful narcissists out there that have had the courage to go out on a limb and to try to figure this reality out, and have gone far enough down the rabbit hole to realize, to earn the realization that nothing has any value, because everything dies, entropy destroys everything, corruption destroys the rest, and time just, nothing escapes time. So what's the difference between this and the Cathedral of Notre Dame, or the Hagia Sophia, or Constantinopolis, or anything that we try to create to represent how amazing we are as a species? It's irrelevant. It all ends up being useless and being worth nothing. And that is the initiation of the seeker, to get to the point where the knowledge is acquired. It represents the sacrifice of self, the sacrifice of value, to look at everything and to give it the same value and it's nothing, is quite the thing. It gives you a lot of power, and it puts you in a constant state of being in the underworld, because the point of being in the underworld is to try to find meaning. And if you believe that there's no meaning in anything, you're always in the underworld. And you try to gather the knowledge from the flames, the burning of the reality of insignificance. I first realized that when I was about 17 or 18 years old. I don't remember. I was between home and somewhere. I think it might have been work or something, and I ended up locking myself in my closet in my bachelor apartment for 2 weeks. I had a friend of mine who would bring me food every now and then just so that I wouldn't die. And years later, we talked about that event, and he's like, 2 weeks? It was 2 months? I was like, 2 months? I was in my closet for 2 months? And he's like, yeah, don't you remember? And it's like, yeah, it's true. I was about to be evicted. I had 2 notices of eviction, so I hadn't paid my rent. I was sitting in the closet staring at dust floating above my, those shitty ass carpets you get in those bachelor apartments. I was staring at that for 2 months. And the voices that I was listening to, God knows where they come from. Actually, I kind of do, but we'll talk about it another time. They were telling me that, because they were concerned, right? They were concerned with my dilemma, and they told me that nothing has any value because of time. But they also told me another thing. They said that every answer to every question that you have can be found inside one of those specks of dust that are floating above my carpet. So the universe is holographic, and it has no value. That really fucked me up for a long time, until I got a lot older and I found the other half of the story, which put me on another level beyond narcissism. And the lesson that I got was this: you're not the only consciousness in the world, There's lots of consciousnesses out there. There's birds, there's bees, there's animals, there's trillions of life forms out there. And they all value things differently than we do. So the creator, or whatever this whole thing is, the universe or whatever, wasn't able to put things out into our reality with a predetermined value to it, because then everything would value everything in the same way. And then we could not have diversity, because bees are crazy about honey, and dung beetles are crazy about dung, and we're crazy about iPhones. So for this life, this experience that we have to be possible, everything has to have a predetermined value of 0. So In the center of the Garden of Eden, there was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and there was the tree of life. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil represents that everything has no value, but we have to give it the value that we determined that it has. Just like every other organism gives value to it in reflection to what they are, to where they belong. We're human beings. We're not chipmunks. We're not all that. So it makes sense that everything comes with a predetermined value of nothing. But we give the value to it, and depending on the value we give it, our lives either improve or they become crap because we might have made a mistake. We gave too much value to something compared to something else. Is that all I want to say? Yeah, so now what's left for us to do is to determine what's the journey of humanity. And we have to determine the journey of humanity because we have self-awareness. We realize we're alive. Other animals, they don't have self-awareness, so they do everything automatically. They know what value has, what meaning has. They know what they're supposed to do. But us, we're like, wait a minute, I'm alive. I'm gonna die. There's the future. I gotta prepare today so I could survive tomorrow. We are, because of the evolution that we've attained as a species, we have broken through the unconscious and into the conscious, and now we're like, it's like we woke up, you know, we're like, whoa. So now we're kind of confused, and we're trying to know what value and meaning and all that stuff is, but that's what this video channel is about. Alright, so before I end this, I want to tell you narcissists out there that think that nothing has any value, that you are the key to heaven, infinite heaven on this planet. But you've got half the story. You need the other half. And especially since you guys love life and you're empathetic and you feel bad for the weak and nature, this should be very natural for you to understand the whole value thing. And now we're back in the game. Now we can move forward again with meaning, because meaning offsets suffering. And it's hard to be a narcissist without meaning, because the suffering is great. All right, love you guys. Gotta go back to work. Go out and make a good day, because you can't have a good day unless you make it. And life isn't gonna give you a good day. Life's ready to challenge you and create uncertainty and chaos, and it's gonna challenge you, and it's gonna try to make you stronger and smarter and better and improve you so that you can help and improve your environment. Okay, well, that's about it. It's a big round. Love you guys.